Yeah, both recording and live streaming has started.
Okay, cool. And also, please, please assign the meeting host.
Ah, yeah. Like, who else I want to make it as a co-host?
I'm making them.
Yeah, okay.
Shivang, kindly assign Laksh as a meeting host also.
Tushar, we can start.
Yeah, sure. Just a second. Okay. When minds unite, the room begins to glow. For every voice is a spark, and every thought a flow. A very good morning to everyone. I am Tushar Kant Pradhan, a moderator for today's group discussion under Paradox 2025. Before we dive into the current of ideas, I feel truly honored to, to, call, out, to call our deputy head Shamant to welcome our special guest. Shamant,
Tushar,
are you there?
Hello, hello. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Shamant, your deputy event head. We are honored to have with us today Dr. Priya Sharma, Assistant Professor of English at Chandigarh University, as the judge for our internal group discussion. With her profound expertise in communication, language, and critical thinking, she brings invaluable insight to this event. Her guidance will not only evaluate but also inspire thoughtful and impactful discussions. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. Priya Sharma as she takes on this pivotal role. Thank you, ma'am, for gracing us with your presence.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Okay. Let's walk through the flow of today's discussion. Think of this as a thoughtful journey with rhythm and respect. First, I will reveal the topic and give you 3 minutes of silence to think, to let your ideas settle and find shape. Then we will begin the opening round where 5 to 6 of you will share general thoughts. No need to take sides yet. Next, we will be having the structured debate that is for and against participants. Finally, we will wrap up with a summary round with a 1 minute closing reflections from both sides. A few gentle rules. Speak for a maximum of 1 minute per turn. Raise your hands before speaking. Rebut respectively. It's a debate. A debate is not a battle. It's a dialogue. And finally, keep your camera on throughout for a bonus point. The topic for today's group discussion is migration from rural to urban areas has to be reframed to ensure balanced regional development. I repeat, migration from rural to urban areas has to be reframed to ensure balanced regional development. Please stay muted and think silently. Are you for or against this idea? Let your thoughts gather like clouds before rain.
Okay, the phase 3 started. Please raise your hands and open your views. First, please raise your hands and speak.
First of all, it's the turn for the one who is for the statement. Those who are for this statement, kindly raise your hands before speaking.
Harsh, go ahead.
Hello,
Yeah, you're audible. Please go ahead.
hello, myself Harshati, and today I am for the motion. Migration from rural to urban areas has led to sharp regional imbalance in India. Cities are struggling with overcrowding, population in inadequate infrastructure, while rural regions are left behind, lacking in basic amenities and workforce. To achieve balanced regional development, we must create incentives for people to stay and drive in rural areas, investing in local economies and infrastructure. Unchecked migration leads to overdevelopment and overpopulation in urban areas, causing slums, strain on infrastructure, and environmental degradation. Like in Mumbai, nearly 42% population living in slums. Delhi NCR faces severe air pollution, water scarcity, and waste management issues.
Thank you, Harsh, for your time. Next, please.
Now it's the time for those who are against the statement.
Tushar, just wait. Uh, Please raise your hands for the motion. Each one will get 1 minute to speak. Yes, Vaibhav. Please go ahead.
So, good morning, everyone. I would like to speak in favor of the topic. So, migration from villages and cities is in search of better opportunities has become a common trend. However, this unchecked movement has created several imbalances in regional development. While cities are growing rapidly, rural areas are left way behind in terms of economically, socially, structure in terms of the structure ways. For many countries, for our countries to grow as a whole, development must be inclusive and evenly distributed. In that terms, then only our country will be led to a structured manner. As like when we comes to the urban overload. Urban areas are facing serious problems like overcrowding, traffic congestion, slums, population, water shortage. Our cities cannot handle the rapid influx of people without collapsing under pressure. Thank you.
Thank you, Vaibhav. Next, please. Those who want to speak for, please raise your hands. It's a it's a open session. You can share your views as a summary. Nobody against the motion? Anybody? Okay, Ansh, go ahead.
First of all, in my opinion, refraining the migrated people will uh, getting rid from patient instead of the treating the disease, because when you restrict the labor from the migration, you want that if a people, if a person in a place like Jharkhand and Bihar, whose resources are exploited by the people in Mumbai, Bangalore, and other like Chennai, what do you want? They cause skin disease.
Thank you, Ansh. Vandit, Vedant, sorry.
Hello, am I audible first of all? Is my voice clear?
Yeah, you are. Please go ahead.
Okay, so good morning to all the participants and ma'am. So, as we know that for this 1 minute, I'll be discussing that I am against the motion of the migration from rural to urban areas. So, as all the four people were talking before, I will not pitch all my important main points right now because we have a better opportunity upcoming after 10 minutes. But the reason why I chose against the motion is that people from the rural who want to go to urban areas in seek of technology, in seek of development, me and you are no one to stop them from doing that. Just because you have better opportunities and someone else who lacks the opportunity is trying to find a better life for them. Just because you think they come to our place and they're going to make it more crowded, and we blame them for that because they come from rural areas and you are in urban areas. What if you were there in rural and they were in urban and they did the same to you? Will you still think that what they're doing is correct, or will you fight against that? So this is why I'm against the motion. Thank you.
Next, please. Julakanti.
Good evening, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Today I stand against the motion for restricting migration from rural to urban areas. I would like to say that restricting migration from rural to urban areas is not the solution for balanced regional development. Migration is a natural response to economic opportunities, and it is essential for personal growth and also for national progress. Cities can offer better jobs, education, and healthcare, and that will enable everybody for improvement in their lives. It will lead to a better quality of lives, and moreover, migrants can send back remittances back to their villages, supporting rural economics too. Stopping migration would limit people's choices. It would trap them in poverty and stifle economic dynamism. So instead of restricting movement, we should focus on developing rural areas and smaller towns. And by improving infrastructures, uh, in this way, migration wouldn't be a compulsion. It would be a choice for individuals. That would allow them the freedom to seek better prospects and contribute to personal growth, and which would help in countries' overall growth. Thank you.
Meghna.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ma'am. So I'll be standing against the motion that rural people should not be refrained from coming to the urban areas. Now, thinking of the main point, why are people coming from rural areas to urban areas? It is because of the lack of opportunities there, maybe the healthcare or any infrastructure. When the government is not able to provide the needs to the rural people, they have no rights to stop them to come to the urban areas to get their opportunities as well. So it is not our right to stop them, and it is totally okay to for the rural people to come to the urban areas, and it is also our responsibility to make the urban areas proper, with proper infrastructure, so that people will have equal opportunities everywhere. Thank you.
Shovindu, please go ahead.
Yes, good morning, everyone. I want to speak against the motion because restricting them would hamper our economic development, and also it's also help in better opportunities for the rural people who have less resources and less economic opportunities in their rural areas. They could get better opportunities in urban areas, and even they could send remittances which would lead development of rural areas too. So instead of hampering their migration, we should develop proper infrastructure to help them and to make better policy so that it could help them migrate to urban areas and develop our economic further.
Okay, thank you all. Now we are entering into phase four, that is rebuttal's main debate. I now invite each and everyone to please keep your views against or for this statement. In this phase, you can argue your points, but that should be respectful and do not exceed the line. Those who wants to speak, please raise your hands. Yeah, Baba, go ahead.
So today we are, as we have said, today we are witnessing a massive shift of population from village to cities in search of better job, education, and healthcare. While this seems natural, it creates serious problems that hinder balanced development. Firstly, rural areas are already overcrowded. Cities struggle with traffic congestion, population, overcrowded housing, and slums. Public infrastructures like hospitals, schools, and transportation system are stretched beyond their limits, affecting both resident and migrants. Secondly, rural regions suffered deeply due to migrations, where people, especially the youth, leave villages. They take away the most valuable resources, human capital. This result in lack of skilled workers, lower agriculture productivity, and strain in local industries as well.
Okay, Vandit, what's your views in this?
I think you're referring to myself. Are you calling me or someone else?
Yeah, you,
Okay,
Vedant,
thank
you.
you. So, as my friend gave his point for the motion, I would like to stand against the proposition that migration from rural to urban areas should be refrained. So, why this is because urban migration is not the problem. It is the result of the deeper issues: rural unemployment, lack of education, healthcare, and infrastructure. The problem isn't migration; it is the lack of urban planning. So, as we know, tackle the symptom, not the cause. Rather than restricting the migration, we should address these root causes through targeted rural development. More importantly, restricting movement violates a fundamental right under Article 19. This is not just a random article which I'm saying in front of you right now. Article 19 is in which you get all those fundamental rights of speech, living, etc. under the Indian Constitution. And as we know, Indian Constitution is one of the most biggest constitution out there in the world, and it is the most reputed and respected. People must have the freedom to seek better opportunities, and historically, urbanization has always driven economical growth than the rural ones. I'm not saying the rural growth is not needed, but we know that the urbanization provides more better values, and urbanization can be done in rural too. There won't be a term rural if everything is matching equally. Why do we differentiate rural and urban when you see that there is a hospital over there, but there is just a clinic in rural? Why can't I build a hospital in urban and a hospital in rural? Then what's the difference between both of it? Nothing. It's urbanization. That's what you call urbanization. Instead of limiting migrations, we need better urban planning and smart rural policies, not regressive controls of mobility. So, as my friend before was mentioning that multiple people from rural areas are populating to urban areas, so that is not the problem. The problem is the urban infrastructure is not capable of taking those people under the same shelter. So, as my speech over here, I'll be ending my point for the against. Thank you.
Anyone for the motion who can counter Vedant points or add something? Yeah, Harsh, go ahead. It's a rebuttal round, so you can interrupt between, but it should be first raise your hand, then speak. Yeah, Harsh, go ahead.
According to a 2017 study by Azim Premji University, rural areas sees a significant loss of youth between 15 to 35 years migrating to cities in search of better jobs, which causes a shortage of skilled manpower in agriculture, small-scale industries, and rural services like teaching and healthcare. Also, the Periodic Labour Force Survey report of 2022 shows high unemployment among urban youth migrants, particularly in informal sectors, which lead to underemployment and poverty cycles in cities, contrary to the belief that migration ensures better livelihood.
Yeah, Mega, you can go ahead. Just raise your hand and go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, I want to ask everyone who has for the motion that why should people be refrained? So, first thing, Vedant mentioned that there is no proper infrastructure, there is no proper healthcare, there is no proper education. Now, Harsh just mentioned that there is no literacy rate in the rural areas, right? So, when people also the agricultural part, I'll come to that. When there is no proper education for the youth, why should people not come to the urban areas to seek better opportunities, I mean better education system, and then if there is a proper infrastructure or proper opportunities in the rural area, people will automatically be interested to go back there and work. That is example agriculture. If they are really interested in agriculture, they'll do the proper education in the urban areas and go back to the rural areas. So I just want to end my point, that is, if people have proper opportunities in the rural areas, people will automatically be okay with staying there instead of coming to the urban areas. So, yeah, the infrastructure part.
Yeah, you can speak. Just raise your hand and speak. No, no need to ask.
Thank you for the opportunity. So this will be my rebutting point against what my friend Harsh just told. So as he told an important point, that according to his report of 2017, that says that agriculture or in rural areas is going down. Yes, migration from rural area is happening, but blaming migration for the decline in agriculture is misleading. The real issue is the agriculture is no longer viable for many due to low incomes, poor infrastructure, and climate risk. People aren't leaving because they hate farming. They are leaving because farming does not support the families anymore. If we want to protect agriculture, we need to make it profitable, not force people to stay in village against their will. I could still come to urban and do farming if I want to, but the reason why they leave rural area is because they aren't getting enough opportunity over there. So, thank you. That will be my point against yours.
Okay, uh,
Yeah, Vaibhav, no need to ask. Just raise your hand and speak.
Okay, so as you said, कि we should not force people on the for the agriculture, as if we have seen कि agriculture has increased among the time. As like we have seen, we prices of the wheat has also been decreased, the quality has been decreased. But when we see कि there are alternatives of that as well. As like if we see the example is like khapli flour has came in the market. Its price is 200. So if you are going for a better choices in agriculture as well, then you have a better opportunity as well. So for this point, I would like to tell that we must build a strong rural economics, encourage local entrepreneurship, improve digital access, invest in agriculture, rural industries, and provide good education and healthcare in village. When people have opportunities in their hometown, they won't feel the need to leave the town, the rural too, and they will not shift to urban.
That is exactly our point. Why should people be refrained then when they can provide the proper education, proper infrastructure there? Why should people be refrained not to come to the urban areas?
I would like to ask a question. Vaibhav, were you speaking for or against the point?
I'm telling for.
Okay.
So
No,
now I'm
because
coming to my point.
I think
No,
we
no, no,
just
no.
lost track over there because
No, no,
our
no. I will
point.
now counter my points.
Oh, so you're countering
He,
your own point now.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
Now I will
So,
counter my own point. What I said. Okay. So now we are seeing the problems. But what if we stay on the same place and if we are looking to the same, why now urban area is getting developed? Why? Because we are having a mass increase in the population. So we are seeing okay, when we have a mass, we the government will focus on the population as high number of people will be there, the more it will go to that point, the more we will be, the more focus will come to the urban areas. So if the people are migrating from one place to another, it has led to an imbalance in the population as well. So because of that, a lower scenario is there in the rural areas. People is say, government is saying okay, here it is not in that much amount of people are there, or here people are in a very less amount. So the development comes according to that. As like in rural areas, we have not seen multiple metros and multiple facilities are not there. Why? Because population are not there. So if we don't migrate from one place to another, it will lead to an balance, and people will get more facilities.
Hello. Yes. So when people, I want to say against Vaibhav, when we can also improve regional economy through remittances. When people migrate from rural to urban, they can send remittances, which could also improve rural economy. And people who are backward community, they can they faced lots of discrimination they faced in rural areas. They can escape from that by migrating towards urban areas. Nearly 12.3% of poverty reduced through remittances during 2011 to 2019 in Odisha, through remittances also. So people can improve regional economy also by sending remittances to their rural communities.
1 minute, but it has created some, as you are seeing only one part of it. Okay, it is creating, it is decreasing in the poverty, it is decreasing 12% poverty, but it has led to serious issues as well. As like Hers in the starting has said, ki slum, it led to a higher population. Slum has been created, multiple people are in overcrowded places are there, traffic congestion are there. So these are creating also a problem. So seeing only one point of view is not a great option. We have to see both point of view as well.
I want to ask
Every coin.
people
I
who
think
are for the
we
motion.
should
So
develop more
basically,
infrastructure if infrastructure is causing the problem, rather than refraining them from migrating.
I would like to add one point. As you're talking about migrating and creating slums, I would like to add that you must have heard
Sorry
of
for
Dharavi.
interrupting, Julika. Please raise your hand and speak.
Okay, sorry. You must have heard of Dharavi, right? It's Asia's largest slum, and it houses about 1 million migrants, and they work on recycling, textiles, and food processing, and they contribute about 40,000 crore annually to our economy. What would you like to say to that?
I'm sorry, are you against or for the motion?
I'm against.
Alright.
if no one
Okay.
has anything to say, then yeah, just a second, Vaibhav.
Okay. Okay.
Um, some of the other place where you mentioned your points saying that people left rural areas because there was no development to begin with. Actually, Development doesn't stop because people leave. People leave because development never started. Blaming migration is reversing the cause and the effect. Even where people stay back, village often lack roads, hospitals, or internet services. Not because of migration, but because of the policy neglect. If we wait for the people to stay, we will never invest. The real solution is to invest in rural areas regardless of migration. So even those who remain have a future, and maybe in time people will choose to return. But according to what you just told before, is that people who left were because they did not get development. But what about those people who still live over there? Do they not deserve development? Do they not deserve to get out of that old shaded place which gets water every single time rain falls because they do not even have a pakka house to live in? Kacha house, pakka house, third grade topic. Think about it in a bigger scale, not just because people left, there should be no development. Thank you.
Also, I want to put his words in a proper question. Why should people be stopped or refrained when there is no proper development happening in the rural areas? It is our responsibility to do something there and then stop them to come to the urban areas. When there is nothing happening, why should we stop? It is not a right at all.
Hans, do you have to say anything or should I speak now?
I have a question for Vaibhav. Vaibhav, I want to ask that will the migration stopped if we provide them whatever you say that 200 kgs of grains, because today we have enough technology so that only one person can handle a whole farming. Obviously women will not migrate in that much amount, they will work with that one person. Still in India, in rural areas, people have two or three four sons. So what will they, two or three people do? They will migrate because the amount of land that the person hold is not that big. Are you understand what I have tried to say?
Okay, so first I would like to say I have not said giving groceries and all to them. I was telling कि in agriculture there are multiple alternatives are there, so that which can increase, as we have seen कि revolution has came in the field of agriculture as well, that led to increase in the agriculture sector as well. So I was telling कि we have alternatives by which we can increase the people interest in the agriculture sector as well. Now coming to your point, Vedant and Meghna. So as you guys said कि okay, migration is not only the problem. So I would like to say, is it not creating multiple issues like a higher cost of living in cities where people are migrating? Migrants offer move to cities hoping for a better life, but end up spending most of their income on rent, food, transport. In many cases, they say their savings are minimal and living standards barely improve. Now coming to the second major problem is uneven education access. When rural school lose students and teachers mitigates to city for better pay, the quality of rural education drops. This widens the knowledge and opportunity gap between urban and rural youth. So this is also creating a issues. This every coin has two sides. So as like this issue is also having a, if it is having a good point as well, so it is creating a great impact or great effect on as well on the other side. So we have to see both the sides as well. So it is creating migration is creating a great impact.
Any arguments?
I want to say that how will the revolution come in agriculture? When you get the knowledge, from where you get the knowledge?
Yeah, it's a
Okay, so
yeah.
so as you Yeah, so as you said ki how the revolution will come. Okay, so by teaching them agriculture, as we have seen multiple courses are there, BSc agriculture, multiple MSc agriculture, so we have to teach our youth ki what are the things we can go, as agriculture is having also a scope. We can't say ki agriculture don't have a scope. Agriculture is having a great scope. So as you said, how revolution will come by teaching them about the great side. Okay, by this ways we can have more increase in the productivity. We can have multiple measures which can be taken. As we have seen, in the previous time, manures are not used as compared to the fertilizers. People are relying on the fertilizers, but now people are looking for organic manures. So we have seen in the agriculture sector also people have seen okay how it will lead to an increase in their thinking, and agriculture will increase to the productivity. So agriculture is also having a great impact. As we are as a few members said no, agriculture is we have to agriculture don't have much scope now. No, we have scope. We have to see in that manner as well. Then it will increase the productivity and all.
As of you say that we need to teach the people about the agriculture. So you know very well what is the condition of education in India. A
I am
BSc
not
is
telling
like
like
just a
teaching.
degree. No, if you are thinking about that utopia, like how can a BSc holder will not come with a revolution in a village, or if he come, there is no need to extra people in the farming sector. There are enough people and they will also migrate. Some of the people will stay in the farming, any whatever reason they have, but the migration will also happen after the so-called revolution.
Okay, so I would like to tell, as you said, after we have seen the education, we are blaming education, but blaming education is not a good thing. As like I will tell, if we go to a doctor, will first we tell okay, we need these type of things. Then he suggests some. Then he suggests the okay, these are the things you need. So okay, these are the things you have to focus on that. So as like I am telling, if we go and tell okay, for our field, this is the size of my field, and I want to protect this from pesticides or pests are there, then he will suggest me some pesticides. As we have seen, we have now in India organic farming is increasing day by day. So that also comes to a revolution thing na ki okay, people are first belonging only to the limited they have limited, they are seeing only the limited scope of the agriculture. Now they are seeing on a larger scale ki, okay, organic farming is also there, so we will go on that scale. So blaming education is not a great thing.
Okay, speaking of the topic,
What?
it is why shouldn't we refrain? So, Vaibhav, you told so many points, the two sides of the coin, that urban thing is getting very costly. It is their choice, right? Coming to urban areas is their choice. Why should we refrain them not to come? Why should we refrain them? I mean, they are aware that the urban areas are costly. They are aware that I mean, they can study in the rural areas where are good teachers are available. There are lands for agriculture. They know what is there in rural areas. They know what is there in urban areas. Who are we to refrain, and why are we refraining?
Okay, so I would like to tell as you said why are we refraining. We are just telling, we are just showing them okay, by coming if you come, it will create an impact. It is having losses as well. It can if you stay in your places, if you stay in the places where you comes, as you are seeing in a rural manner, so it will not create such a great impact. As like we have seen, if people are migrating from one place to another, lands have we have only a limited amount of land. Okay, so it will create the migration will create leads to deforestation, loss of wetland, heat islands. Rural areas, if better supported, could absorb population sustainability while protecting ecological balances as well.
Uh,
So
I
think
would
of
like to
this
make a
like
point.
this.
Meghna, let me
Basically,
make a point. Let me make a
okay,
point.
okay,
Just a second.
continue.
Yeah. So just a few minutes back, Vaibhav and Ansh, both of you had an amazing debate on the education policies of India.
Indeed, yeah.
You people started blaming the education policy for the people moving out of the village, but our topic was not that. So let's bring it back to our topic. So let me go back a few minutes and Vaibhav, you made a point saying that people are moving to urban and their life of expense is increasing and they still haven't getting good things. Let's take a case study. This is a case study which I'm quoting from CBSE's book of economics, grade 11. There were two farmers. Okay, each of them had a son. One of them decided to move urban for studies and then come back and do development, and the other one decided to stay in rural and wait for the development. The guy who went to urban and came back had a huge amount of development and success in his life, rather than this rural guy who sat over there waiting for the development. Do you still believe, do you still think that refraining people from going to urban is really going to get you what you want in your life? No, everyone has different meaning of life. If you really believe sitting in a 4 by 4 box, having 4-day meal, 3 times a meal is what you call life, then everyone doesn't think the same. Everyone wants a better living. That is why they chose urban. What is urban? What is rural? Urban is something where you get everything what you want. Rural is something where you get, but it is in a lesser quantity than urban. What if you make the rural quantity same as the urban? No one is going to go to urban areas. I would rather think the people will come back to rural areas because in urban you are facing space deficiency. Few minutes back, someone is talking about Dayavi and telling about how they affect the GDP. Tell me something. All those multi-crore millionaire people staying over there in Mumbai near Dayavi, where do they get all their clerks and servants from? Tell me, where do all that Mumbai local station, all that traffic controlling, all that people you see over there on the side stall, who ends that? We all know that Mumbai is a cost way too high. Even 1 square feet area, if you try getting on Mumbai, it's a very big thing. People over there still manage to live, and you and me over here debating on the education policy. Does it make any sense? No, it doesn't make any sense. Instead of debating on education policy, try seeing the bigger picture where the urban policies are failing to get more people in the cities. Moreover, if you are not able to put more people in the cities, then develop the rural areas, rural villages up to the mark where people from urban should think that there is no difference between us and them today. Thank you.
First of
Hello.
all,
Okay.
Yes, as my
anyone?
friend is speaking about opportunities, agriculture, and organic farming, I would like to say that organic farming is even more costlier than our traditional farming. So it would make farmer in loss, and there is very less opportunities in agriculture. You know, many of our farmers live in government support to make profits. Most of them are living in loss. So no, there is no opportunities in agriculture. And if people live from rural to urban areas, it could also help environmental, ecological development also. Like in Rajasthan, if people living from rural to urban areas led to 15% growth in the forest. So it could also help environmental beneficial. And if you are speaking about the infrastructure problem in cities, we should be thinking about improving our infrastructure, making it better, that so that plant migration could happen rather than refraining them from migrating.
I want to ask everyone who say that education is not the reason of migration. I want to know that how the education is not a reason of migration. In my knowledge, the first reason of migration, and even the migration in which people settle permanently in the bigger cities, is education. Because give me the answer, yes or no, मतलब जो भी आपका आंसर हो.
And we both
If
are,
one
we both
minute,
are.
1 minute, if you in your village there are school till 8th, what will you do for next? Just give me answer.
Ansh, we
No,
both are on the same side. We both are on the same side. We both
Vaibhav
agree that
also, Vaibhav also
Vaibhav
asked
is
this
on it.
question.
Yes, exactly. So we both agree that education in rural areas is not there, so people are migrating. And yes, if there are no schools after 8th grade, I have to go to the urban area, and that's exactly what is happening, which is good because rural area is not giving education. I continue.
Okay. So I would like to
So
counter.
now stop. Okay, you say.
So now I would like to counter one by one. As you guys said, people don't have multiple opportunities, and as Suvendu said, they don't have options. As organic farming is multiple, as organic farming is costlier than the normal farming as well. So I would like to tell there are multiple schemes like PMGSY for for rural roads development, Pradhan Mantri Gram Seva Yojana, Digital India schemes are there, PM Kisan scheme was there. So in the PM Kisan scheme, they are focusing on the agriculture side, how it will be increasing. They are giving multiple benefits how they will let to increase the productivity and their chances how the agriculture will be improved so that the people will be not migrating. As government is also focusing on the same thing, if the people should not migrate, they will be staying on the same place, and it will lead to a great impact. It will create a great impact if we don't. And there are multiple schemes as like Startup India for rural entrepreneurs aiming to stop mitigation for making village growth ready. So our government is also focusing on that. And as you said, for the school numbers, I would like to tell as you said there are they have don't they have don't schools after class 8th. So have you seen the numbers? School based on the numbers, the school goes on the numbers. If people are not there, if a school is there, how the people will go? Okay, why people will go? If the number is 5, you will be opening a school at that place. How many private schools are there in the, as you said, education? How many will you open? If you are having a private school, will you open a private school in a place where only 5 member or 6 member are there? No. If you are seeing a large amount of number, then only you will be going on a larger scale. That's why migration is creating a huge impact. It is creating a great impact on the negative side as well. So as people are not there, so it is school are not there, so government is saying okay, government schools are there, but private schools or private colleges are not there. So it is creating loss in a negative impact as well.
Okay, Vaibhav, I want to ask you. You told about speaking of education, agriculture. Many entrepreneurs are doing stuff to make them stop coming to the urban areas. Why do you think people are still coming to the urban areas? And so many schemes are applied. So many people are trying to stop them. So many people are trying to teach students of rural areas to stop coming to them to the urban areas. Why do you think people still come to the urban areas?
Hello, I want to add a point here. There are many government schemes to help farmers, but they are just giving MSP and not much more. And their other schemes are, not working. They are not success in achieving their target. So it's unsuccessful also.
Exactly. So many schemes are there. So many people are trying. Exactly. His point was correct. By I mean, they're not working at all. That is the reason why people are coming to the urban areas. Schemes are just the top part, the cream layer which they are seeing, not the thing which are actually applying in the rural areas. People are coming to the urban areas. That is the whole point. It is not just applying to the people. It is just for the namesake.
Okay, so as you said, it is for the namesake. Okay, as we have seen in the recent days, startups are there. Shark Tank India is there. In that, we have seen that multiple rural startups are coming day by day. Rural area is also developing. Why? Because as people have migrated, as multiple people have migrated, so if you have to go for a development, you have to go for a rural area only. Why? Because you can't go for a area which is overcrowded, as it is a rural. Yeah, so as you said there are opportunities in the rural area now. Why? Because as we are seeing okay, we have a great impact on the things, as we have seen okay, multiple startups are running as well. So in the urban areas, the costs are high, living costs are high, industry setup will be at a higher cost. So for that, you have to go for a rural area only. Why? Because their lands are available, schemes are available, government schemes are there, and people are getting benefit of that as well. So for me, according to my opinion, so we have to focus on the rural area as well. Why people have to migrate when they are getting opportunities as well? I will take an example. I will take an example from my hometown as well. So multiple peoples were migrating before, but the companies from multiple companies have their workspaces are there, workplaces are there. So now people have to focus on that as well. Government is doing their level best to stop the migration as well. But as you said, why people are going. So according to the mentality, if one person is going, and if one person is going and he is achieving something, other all will go behind him as well. You will agree on this point, if one is going, other will see okay, he is okay, he got his success, he got something great, everyone will follow him. But it will create in a disaster manner as well. He is having great mindset, he is having different opinions, but you have to think about that as well, na?
Yes, I am with Vaibhav that if one person is going to urban and he is getting developed, then it's all about bhed chal. But the people have to think that the probability,
Ansh, I want to stop you, please.
probab
Please don't use these kinds of words here. Be very professional while choosing your words. I want to stop you. You can't speak at this point of time. Anyone
Vaibhav,
else?
Vaibhav and Harsh, we are in this degree because of that so-called bhed chal. You know why? We see people are going in IIT doing BTech, they are getting CH in the IIT Bombay. So we are in FOMO.
Okay, let me cut you here. We are not using that one. We are here. Why? Because we are having an interest on that one. People have interest on different degrees as well. So don't get distracted because of as you said, multiple people are doing this, so I am also doing this. No, we are doing why? Because we are having interest on this one. So now come to the point as well. Now come to the point as Suvendu said, organic farming is not great or organic farming is a disaster. No, organic farming is giving result, and people are seeing their results as well by doing the organic farming. So we can't say it is a disaster, and or because of these reasons people are migrating from one place to another. In fact, if you tell the number wise, the agriculture has also decreased because of migration from a great from a higher percentage. So yeah, Vedant.
Vaibhav, I want to say that agriculture is not decreasing. Other sectors are improving very well. When you see service sector or manufacturing sector, they are like on boom. So you can't say that agriculture is decreasing because of the migration. As of I say, the you don't need the people in that particular profession. How will you stop them? The rest of the people who don't want to do that work, they will migrate, and you can't say that they should not migrate and do that revolutionary work in in their village. Because if, for example, there are 100 people who are young and want job, okay, agriculture with the pesticide and revolution, as of you say, do you need still do you need like more than 100 or 200 people? How will you stop that 800 or 900 people to go to migrate?
Okay, anybody who wants to counter his arguments, please.
Yeah, I have a point to counter, and I'll be done after that. You can continue. So as Vaibhav was saying earlier, I won't use that same word what those people use, but same thing as they were trying to say that one goes and the other goes. Exactly. People migrate because they see success, and that success creates a chain of aspiration. That's not a problem. That's how progress works. When someone from a village succeeds in a city, it inspires others to take charge of their future. Should we stop them just because more people want a better life? Instead of fearing this chain, we should build a system where success is possible in both cities and villages by choice, not by force. Success is contagious, so let's spread it, not suppress it. And you and me are no one to decide who will get success and who won't get success. If one person goes and other is going, it's his wish, he's going. Neither does the law say Article 19 subclause 1D It clearly says that freedom to move freely ensures the right to move freely throughout the territory of India. Citizens have the liberty to move within the country, reside in any part of India, and settle in any place of their choice, not by force. Thank you.
Also, that was a great point, Virant. I want to ask people for the motion, if there are two people, for example, one went to the urban area, they got succeeded, as he was mentioning, and then the other sees that and he goes there. I want to take example of Mr. Ramanujan. He was there. He was from a very rural background. He got to the urban area, or maybe think of it as a city or a different country. uh, the success of Ramanujan was only when he stepped into the urban area, when he stepped into the area where he got opportunities, where he got to meet people who had the same interest as his. So if you are stopping people like those, coming to the urban area, you stopping people who actually have brains, then what is the whole point of developing the rural area and then stopping people from coming to the urban areas which are already developed, which they can come to the urban areas and also help to develop the rural areas? What do you think?
Okay, so I would like to tell, as you have set an example. Okay, I would like to tell. I would also like to explain my point with an example. Okay, if you think you are an entrepreneur, you have to establish your industry or workplaces. Which area you would prefer, urban area or rural area?
It actually depends on the topic I'm working on, right?
Yeah.
If it
Okay.
is a
So
software thing, I'll definitely put it in an urban area because people are aware of what software is. If I
okay.
want to put something related to agriculture, there is no point of me establishing a company about agriculture in
Okay.
an urban area.
If it belongs to food sector, if it belongs to clothing sector.
I would definitely put it in a rural area because the whole raw material is available in the rural area, right?
Okay. So I would like to tell ki the costing will be low. People
What
will get the workers will be they will get the workers at a low price.
See, the costing thing is that is a very upper thing of from our discussion right now, because costing, if you're reducing the cost of the labor, it is definitely increasing the cost for the
No, no,
transport of
no.
the raw material.
Okay, okay. 1 minute, 1 minute. As I said, if as in the urban places, the costing are higher. The costing are higher. You will get the raw materials or anything at a higher prices. As you said, transportation can be, the prices can be reduced. Prices can be reduced of the transportation, as there are multiple transportation. As you have seen, there are multiple mode of transportation now in India. Rural roadways network is also great. You have to come in favor of that point. Keep the
Yes, it
rural
is.
roadways area is, yeah, the roadway area is great, so the transportation cost has decreased. So now I am not telling like the reframing 1 minute. Reframing migration is not about restricting freedom. It's about reducing the compulsion to migrate by ensuring that rural India is also has a future. We have to agree at that point. Ki rural area is also has a future. If we are focusing on that one, it will lead to a great impact. Only then, only then
Yes,
we can achieve balanced regional development and move towards a truly inclusive nation. Okay. Yeah.
rural area
I
is
want to say
definitely.
against Vaibhav that
Okay.
I don't think rural areas had as much as opportunities as he thinks, because in rural areas population is low, and customers are very less here. So even networks are not get here properly. Proper towers are not there. Even it's very hard to get a network here. So it's not. Mm, it's not high as high you think, that there is very less opportunities in rural areas, even in entrepreneurship.
I
Vaibhav,
want to counter.
um, you were talking about rural places having a future, but that requires an initiative. Without an initiative, there's nothing happening there. Like, for example, consider Andhra Pradesh's Raitu Bandhu scheme. That has increased farm incomes by 22%, which reduced migration by 18%. If you can somehow bring the initiative, then it would work, and you wouldn't have to force people to migrate. That is our point here. You shouldn't be forcing them to migrate. If they do it by choice, that makes so much sense.
I want to counter Vaibhav that as of before my before me the one says that we should take initiative, but but to complete that initiative will took like 10 to 20 years. As of we know the working pace of Indian system, our young people young population is around 29 or 30. After 10 or 20 years it will become like 50. How will you use their full potential without migrating them towards the urban area? I want to ask this to Vaibhav.
Okay, so as you said, Ki, it will take a longer time, and you have blamed the government. Blaming government is not a solution. What we are doing in that sector, that is the main question. Ki, what we are planning, what we are helping. Are we helping? Are we going in that manner? Ki, okay, why we are having a question? Ki, now our topic is migration is a great issue. Why we are here to discuss that one? It is creating a impact on a lower side, in a declining side. So that's why we are here. Initiatives have been taken. Initiatives have been taken, as schemes are there. People are getting benefits of this scheme. The thing is, you have to go in that, you have to think in that manner, okay, how to get the initiatives, how to take the initiative. Every time you have to take the first step. If you take the first step, then only you will be getting a great impact, and you will see a development will be there. So if we are not taking the first impact, and we are seeing okay, someone will take the first step, then we will go for the then we will go with the another one ideas. So it won't work like that. You have to also create an impact. You also have to work in that manner as well.
I think in India we are on two sides. Once we say everything is on the government, and other side we say you are not you can't blame government for the everything. But we don't think about the middle part. No, why? Government's work is to give education first of all. Okay, they don't do.
One
Again,
minute, one minute, one minute, one minute, one minute, one minute. As you said, they are not giving education. Education are there. Sorry to say, but education are there. Education, multiple people are getting their success from the rural area as well. So if you are saying, if you are blaming, you have to think for both. As I said in the earlier case, we have to see the both side of the coin. Seeing only just for one thing, okay, I am today against, so I will think only just the negative part. It won't work like that. Sorry, my friend. You have to see both the things. So as I said, education is not there, education is there, people are getting education. Instability is there. As I said in the starting, because of migration, instability are there. At one places there are, if consider places with 100 member of numbers, and it is divided into two parts. One is having 80 to 90 members, and one is having 10. The thing is, who will get more opportunities? Definitely the 80 or 91, which is in the higher side or the majority side, it will get the more opportunities. Why? Because people are on that side greater, brother. So the people will be thinking, okay, so if we give here, we will definitely achieve something. We will definitely get chances. But as it is the land we are having, as in the starting I said, we are having a limited land as well. We are having limited resources. So why to unbalance it from one places to another place? If we settle on the rural side as well, there are having opportunities. We have to focus on the opportunities. There are initiatives taken by the government. We have to focus on the initiatives. There are multiple steps, measures taken. We have to see on that as well. Multiple industries are set up on the rural side. If we are seeing only okay, we have to go for the urban areas. Why? Because someone is getting success. So it won't work like that. If you take initiative from your surrounding, from your hometown, it will create a great impact, according to me.
so Vaibhav, as of you say, why one person to seeing the person, the others are migrate towards the urban areas. But I want to know when you say the one individual take a step for the development of the revolution in agriculture. Other people what do? They also do the same thing. What will they do? They follow him. So saying this, that people follow some people who get achieved in life, that is not a good argument, I think, because it is a human nature. You can't stop a person that you should not migrate towards the urban area, because the one is get achieved, you will not get achieved.
Okay. Yeah, Vedant. First, you can also have your
Yeah.
points.
So I was listening from past few minutes. So Vaibhav, I really appreciate that you're being solo against, all 4 or 5 of us. I can understand the mental pressure against you right now. But you should really understand that what points you have been making from past 20 minutes. You had a solid 10 minutes conversation with Ansh saying that education is not provided in villages. And few minutes back, you made a point saying education is there. Then tell me,
No.
then.
I in the starting I did not say it like that, Vedant. I said ki education are there. People are not seeing in a greater manner. People are saying ki okay, urban is having a great education, so we will go for that one. So if we are seeing ki okay, if you only don't see your surroundings, if you get demotivated from your surroundings, you will definitely see on the other side. But what if you are seeing okay, I am also having the resources, I will see on my resources, it will lead to increase to your resources as well, na brother? I'm telling like
Yeah,
that.
so
Ans was saying education is not there. Education is there.
education
It's
is
what
not
I was
there.
focusing.
Education is not there. I know, you know, all of us know education is there. So leave this, go to rural area tomorrow itself. Why are you not going? Tell me.
Okay, so one thing. How
I
many
want to
people?
add a point here. The quality of education in villages are very bad. It's so many teachers, good quality teachers doesn't even want to come here and work here. So education is not here, bro. It's very bad. It's in terrible state.
I
Yeah.
want to give an example for it. In my school, in sixth class, like in 30 students, some of the 11 to 12 students are come from the village, which is like 70 or 75 kilometers from our home. If I want to ask Webber, if there is education or quality education, why they are marketing in sixth class? I want to ask that,
Okay.
can
Coming to the
he
point.
can he migrate for a study in sixth class when like kid don't know anything?
Okay. Now coming to the point, our main topic, migration. Uh, Okay, so as we have seen during the COVID-19 lockdown times, in the COVID-19 lockdown scenario, we have seen multiple people, so million of rural migrants return to their villages as cities failed to support them during crisis. This reverse migration proved that cities are not always the safe haven they seem to be, and highlighted the need for strong rural systems. So every time migrating from rural to urban is not a safe scenario. It will lead to as I said, it can create a declining part as well.
Very good point. Very good point you told. Tell me something. If you are in a building and there is fire, what you will do? Get out of the building, correct? Same scenario. COVID-19 city में था. There was COVID-19 in the city. What did people do? They went back to the rural areas. Why? They were safe over there. So now you are saying me the life cost of a life is more than restraining people from not going back to the home. Then you're ridiculously out of your mind, I will say. If you believe that a human being should think of development or saving his, rural or urban, whatever you take, rather than his life, then there is no more discussion left over here. You take
Okay,
education, you
Vedant,
take
as you said.
agriculture. I forgot one important fact. You told people put factories in rural areas. People put factories in rural areas because the running cost of the factory is less over there, and they get labor. And as you mentioned, the road quality, everything is perfect. You are running a factory, brother. You're not running an NGO. Understand the difference between that. They are making profit. चलाना हो तो एनजीओ भी चला सकते हो ना सही बोला ना मैं Now, entrepreneur, you told Shark Tank. Many people come from villages. All of them get brilliant offers. But remember, all of them had to step out of the rural area and come to urban area. That is when their mindset expanded. Moreover, 70% of the GDP contribution is done by the rural areas. I'm not saying that 30% should be neglected. I'm saying why not make it 50-50? Why not make rural also give 50? So instead of blaming migration, which was the main topic of this whole debate, we started blaming agriculture. I don't know why agriculture was there. Agriculture is not just the only sector. You take clothing sector of India is also big. You take spice sector of India is also big. We have other bigger industries out there too. The reason why we chose agriculture and is not a bad sector is because it connects rural and urban together. And as someone before mentioned that the rural techniques or the orthodox method which are being used in farming are still costlier than the urban farming techniques. So that is exactly reason why people are migrating for their own success. Now, if me and you are being selfish, telling that if one goes and the other should not go, then me and you are not the ones to decide that. Correct? Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, others would have to tell, then I can counter at us. Yeah, Kaushik. Otherwise, should I go?
Okay, so hello to everyone. One of my question is that where, sorry, it's a personal question, but still I'm asking, where do you live?
Who is which who is this question?
Yeah.
Uh, I am asking that where do you live?
No, but
Like
are you asking
rural,
me
To
or are you
whom?
rural.
asking Vaibhav?
To
No, no,
whom?
I am asking to Weber. I am
Oh,
asking to
Wherever.
Weber whether he is
Okay,
okay.
so I am from Bihar, brother.
living in an or na Bihar is not rural, na. Whole Bihar is not rural.
Yeah,
I am
okay, so I
asking
come
whether you are
from.
living.
Okay, okay. Okay, so as you
Yes, I
asked
am
me where I
asking
come
that
from.
whether you are living in a rural area or an urban area. My question is
Uh,
that.
okay, so it is a rural area.
Rural area. Can you name
Yeah,
the city?
okay. Vaisali.
Can you? Vaishali is not a rural area, first of all.
Okay, so okay,
Vaishali
okay.
is very big. Vaishali, Madhubani, you are saying it's not a rural area.
Okay,
Vaishali gets enough fund, enough. Vaishali is a tourist place, by the way. So
okay, so
Vaishali is a developed area.
okay,
Vaishali doesn't come under rural area.
I
So can
okay,
I
have a
say that if you can't sacrifice yourself for your rural development, then how can you think you come in a debate and speak like we should don't leave our rural area, we should come stay in our rural area? Why should we say when we are getting enough opportunity in urban area to feed our children, to develop our children, and I can afford all facilities, then why shouldn't I leave rural area and move to urban area?
okay. So now I would like to answer both of your points. Okay. So Vedant, as you said, ki if fire catches my house, what should I do? I will run from my house definitely. Okay.
not house. I'm
So
talking a building
a
in
building.
general.
Okay, so that was the
Building is
scenario.
because
Okay.
building shows a city. There are multiple people in the building. It's just not me and
Okay.
you.
Okay, okay, no issues. Okay, so as you said, ki I will run from that one. So the first thing, ki people ran not because of their the cases are more in the urban areas. The cases are there in the both the terms. Rural areas is also having cases. People are dying in the rural areas as well. But if saying ki okay, they are just going why because cases are not the cases are not there in the rural areas, it's not the thing. People went why because cost of living was higher, cost of living was higher. They can go to their hometown and they can have multiple benefits in terms of the rent, in terms of food, and in terms of other expenses as well. So telling that ki okay they are just running because of the problem that the cases are there, no, that is not the thing. Now coming to the second one, ki as Kaushik said ki if I am not going from there, then why should I think ki others should go? So okay, Kaushik, I have a I have a one thing to ask. Okay, is our government not focusing on the rural areas as well? They are focusing. There are multiple schemes. They are thinking. They are doing a great. They are creating a great impact. As someone said before, multiple points. Ki okay, we don't have initiatives. We don't have. We are all. They are all blaming on the government. Okay, the government only thinks about the people, for the people. So we have seen that there are schemes are there as multiple, as you said na, ki we are not here to open NGOs. We are literally not here to open NGOs, but the opening of an industry or giving opportunities to the rural sector people is creating a great impact. So going for that is you have to take the first step. As I said before also, you have to take the first step. If you take the first step, definitely others will see like that. If someone went to urban areas and he got success, same other were going like that. Why? Because they are seeing okay, there is a success. So if we are in the rural areas and if I take the initiative, why not other will take the initiative, and why not the rural government will be considered as a developed one?
Weber, you were talking about government initiatives and stuff, right? And
Yeah.
you mentioned you're from Bihar, right?
Yeah.
You can notice that IIT Patna is in a rural place. Beta is a complete village, right? And NIT Patna is also shifting to Beta, which is a complete rural place. I want to emphasize that creating an established mm, like shifting colleges to a rural place is it's making the city, I mean, Beta, the village is better, as in people there are having you must have, you know, MIT, right? Manipal Institute of Technology.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's in a complete Manipal is a complete village, and everything around there revolves around that college. Like every because of the city being MIT, it completely it creates so many job opportunities in Manipal. Like in fact, a complete Manipal revolves around that college. So I would like to say that rural colleges, I mean government colleges located in rural areas is creating more job opportunities and betterment of the villages, right?
Yeah, that's my point.
Creating more job about wait. Creating more job opportunity for
The
rural
villagers.
people.
Yeah.
Uh,
And that would not, you don't have to prevent them from migrating then. It's they'll just stay there if that's if you make
and can you mention what kind of jobs?
anything like transport or like small markets and stuff. I am
Okay. Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
am I'm standing against emotion, by the way. Cautious.
Yeah, I really appreciate you have seen the other side as well. Thanks for seeing the other side as well. Now Kosik, okay, so if I open an institute near rural areas, will it increase to economically or not? My question is that, could you answer?
See, I'm saying
The first of all, the point of debate is not this.
No,
The
no, no.
point of debate is we should
No, no,
stop
no.
migration or not.
Yeah. I am just
So
asking a question. As you
there's
have asked a
no point
question.
of changing the topic of debate.
No, I am not changing. I am just asking if we are going in that sector, it will definitely increase the cost. It will definitely decrease the cost of the raw materials, and other ways it will increase to a great economic sector. It will lead to increase to the facilities for the people as well. As she said, we are opening colleges in rural areas. If we are going in that manner, it is increasing the chances of the it is increasing the chances of the employment. Why? Because you can't go and hire employees from urban areas, and you call them and tell them to work on that particular places. You will search for the employment on the near places, so it will increase to the development as well. So as in the starting I says, if we are focusing on the development in the rural areas, definitely it will decrease the migration. Yeah.
exactly what I want to say. You
Yeah.
need initiative from the government or anything for that to happen, and that will reduce the compulsion. That I want to emphasize that migrating shouldn't be a compulsion, and it should be a choice. If made a choice, that is well and good. Like rural areas can they can migrate if they want to, and you should not.
Thank you, everyone. At this time, we are already finished the stage of phase 4. Now we are entering into phase 5, that is our last phase of this internal GD debate of Kaziranga House. Now, I would like to call each and everyone one by one. Please raise your hands and summarize your whole point in 1 second. Okay, go ahead. Ansh, go ahead. You have 1 minute.
So my point is that everyone have right. If they want opportunity, they should migrate. From a metropolitan city, a person goes to US. We don't say that he is migrating there to US. He is like congesting US. we said that why he want opportunities, same as the people in rural area, they want opportunity, so they come to urban areas, and that is fine.
Okay, I think Ansh is almost done. Please, next, if somebody wants to summarize this point. And I'm reminding you, this phase
Hello,
has points. Yeah, go ahead.
can I summarize?
Yeah, please raise your hands and go ahead.
Okay, so at the end, I want to conclude that on the contrary of evidences, we have discussed that migrating from rural to urban areas had led to some economic development, social development, and it also helps some environmental factors. Instead of stopping migration, we should help them make policies, better policies, so that people can migrate from rural areas to urban areas, and also develop some infrastructure so that we can have unplanned migration.
Okay, anybody else who want to summarize the points? Yeah, go ahead, Vedant.
So as we have finished our phase 4 and entering the last conclusion part after our debate, we had wonderful exchanges of ideas and the famous quote what Vaibhav was quoting, seeing the side of both the coins. Absolutely correct. But as I will still firmly stay with my own point against the topic, to summarize, migration is not a problem. It is a natural response to economic disparity restriction. It will not only be unconstitutional, but also counterproductive to India's growth. Instead, we need to adopt integrated strategies that improve rural conditions while enhancing urban infrastructures. So let's focus on inclusive development, not restrictions. Balanced regional development doesn't come from holding people back. It comes from giving people them reasons to stay. Thank you.
Anybody else who wants to summarize? Okay, go ahead.
I'd like to agree with Vedant that restricted migration is not the right approach for achieving the balanced regional development. Migration is a completely natural response to economic disparities, and it is a key driver of individual and national progress, and that must be kept in mind. Cities obviously offer better employment, education, and healthcare, so people have to. It's their choice to improve their lives. Thank you.
Uh, we will wait for one more. Yeah, Vaibhav. After this, we will
So
wrap up this session.
yeah, okay. So I would like to summarize with the points which I have said, and it will be leading on the greater note as well. So in today's world, cities are overcrowded, populated, and stretched to their limits. Uncontrolled migration has led to overpopulation, traffic congestion, water shortage, and all we have seen during the debate as well. At the same time, rural areas are being drained of their most productive population. Agriculture, which support millions, suffer from labor shortage. In fact, the percentage of rural workers has also decreased in a very drastic manner. So, which is the leading to a silent crisis that threatens our food security and rural economy. But there is a hope. As in the starting, I said there is a hope that lies in the rural enterprises. By promoting entrepreneurship in villages, we can create job, boost income, and retain talent locally. Small scale industries, agri-tech startups can be made so that to increase the agriculture as well. Daily cooperatives, handicrafts, and digital work hubs are changing the face of rural India. So thank you so much.
Okay, Kaushik, please go ahead. We will take you as the last, and then we will end this phase. Yeah, go
Yes,
ahead.
thank you. And also, I'm sorry that I came late. Like
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
was
Go.
on road.
Please go ahead.
So I would like to conclude by saying that migration from rural to urban areas is essential as for personal growth, economic advancement, and skill development. We should not restrict it, just saying we should embrace it as a driver of progress and focus on improving both rural and urban areas. Like our friend Vaibhav said, we should see both coins. So we should be balanced, like not only focusing on urbans or only focusing on rural. We should be balanced. We should give equal opportunities to both rural as well as urban areas. So I would like to conclude my point by this. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Okay, thank you everyone. So now this phase ended. We are come to an end of this GD, and I would like to thank each and everyone to join this, whoever joined this session. And now I would like to invite our esteemed judge, Dr. Priya, ma'am. Please share some valuable your feedback that help our participants in the future.
Thank you so much, Shivang, first of all. So it's an honor to be a judge here for the very exciting debate. So I have truly impressed by the students and participants who have shared their views in very clear clarity, uh, shows their critical thinking as well. So you all have tackled the things very well, I would say. So remember, I just want to say one thing: debate is not about the winning session, right? Must be, you will agree with this quote. It's not about the winning things. It's about the sharing your views, right? So I have learned a lot of things from you people. So it would very very, I would say, it's a wonderful session. And I congratulate to everybody who participated. And good luck to all of you. I'll be sharing the result very soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, so much for joining us today and taking out
It's my
time to
pleasure.
judge. Thank you, ma'am. And we really learned a lot from your feedback, and we truly appreciate your efforts, and it means a lot to have you with us. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, Lakshraj.
Yeah. Good afternoon, ma'am. Myself
Good
Lakshya
afternoon.
Method. I am from Cultures Department. On behalf of the
Oh,
Cultures Department Paradox, I'd like to sincerely thank you for joining
thank
us today for the online GD round of this Inter-House Debate Championship. We truly appreciate your time, insights, and the valuable feedback you shared with participants. It really added quality to of our event. Thank you once again for being with us. Thank you so much, ma'am.
hope to more session, like, in
Surely, ma'am.
further situation.
Surely, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. Uh, Now this meet is ended, so you can leave.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am, for joining. Thank you, ma'am. It really means a lot.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you to the cultural team as well